I'd like to call the order of Schenectady City Council Committee meeting for Monday, December 15th, 2025. And the first committee is Public Safety. Mr. Williams.
Thank you. We have one item on the agenda tonight. That is a reminder to redirection a portion of Front Street to a one-way street from J Street to Mohawk Avenue and for Monroe Street to become a one-way street from Front Street to Gary Boulevard. The public hearing will be December 22nd. It's just a reminder to the public that this is going to be taking place. If there are no other items to call before public safety, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I will second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
Okay, I will call to order government operations, and there's one item on the agenda, the alignment of weekly hour requirements for public safety managers, inclusion of public safety commissioner, Mr. Turrell.
Thank you. So I'd like to just bring this back briefly this evening before I defer to Ms. Barash. I know that the council wanted to speak to Chief Burns regarding their 35-hour work week. So if I could ask Chief Burns to come up and discuss that, please.
Good evening, Madam President, council members, mayor. So when I came to the office a couple years ago, I was told it was a 35-hour work week. We do not get paid for lunch. Most of the times we really don't get lunch. We'll eat at our desk or whatever, answer emails. I will say sometimes in the summertime we get to go out on that picnic table, but a lot of these lunches turn into business meetings, right? You're out there with the rest of the staff and you're discussing the day or the plan and what's going on.
Chief, of the 19,000 calls that you handle, do any of those get in the way of your lunch?
Oh, all the time. All the time. Yep. Phone calls from the mayor gets in the way once in a while.
Any questions for Chief Burns? No. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
At this time, I'd like to defer to Ms. Barash.
Thank you.
Sure. So it's my recommendation that this be tabled until next cycle. There are several other items that need to be dealt with in Chapter 87 of the code, and the law department would like to, needs to be able to review the entire chapter so that it's all done consistently and accurately with regard to whatever it is the council decides to change.
Thank you.
The entire chapter 87?
We're going to be taking a look at the whole Chapter 87.
Okay.
Thank you. So,
Is it that there'll be a recommendation on whether to adjust or not adjust, or just a review?
The law department will make a recommendation on that. The law department will be reviewing that chapter for other things that have come up as well, and so we would like to look at it as a whole and handle amendment of that chapter together, all the items together.
Okay. Is there anything else to come before government operations? Mr. Rivera?
So as you go into that, to look into Chapter 87, can your recommendation also look at across the board on management, all management?
We are not going to make a recommendation on the hours. We will take the council's recommendation and make the changes, but we are not going to make a recommendation. We are going to be looking at it relating to some other issues that have come up, but it's beyond the scope of our office to make a recommendation on how many hours a particular department should work.
So currently the council doesn't have a recommendation?
Then it's up to the council, it's just not up to the law department.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Are there any other questions or concerns? Is there anything else to come before government operations?
Motion to adjourn?
Second, all's in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to call to order City Development and Planning. We have 8 items on the agenda. The first one, City of Schenectady Metroplex Parking Services Agreement, transition to Laws Go Mobile, Payment Technology. Mr. Wallen.
So several weeks ago, I presented up here with David Hogerkamp of the Metroplex Development Authority about Metroplex transition from the Passport to the LASGO platform after 5 years via the RFP. We did that presentation here. We met with LASGO. We've had some internal meetings. We discussed with the mayor and the enforcement division and Metroplex, and we would like to move forward and also adopting the LASGO platform under the similar agreement with Metroplex that we've been working on, that Metroplex would act as, we would be under Metroplex essentially working. They would handle most of the collection and then disperse to the city. We would use that program starting on January 1st. I have a sample of what we were looking at. We went through some iterations working, but the signs after January 1st that say Passport would be replaced with, this is a sample. The real sign would be bigger with this system. So you would not need to download any kind of an app. What you would do is you would see this on a post or a sign, and you would scan that QR code there, that is a custom QR code with the city logo on it, and that would immediately take you to the website where you would pay for your parking and you would set it up. So we've been working on setting up the system. We simplified it with zones, so we simplified the city into 5 zones. The reason for the zones is it helps us track where people are parking and where revenues are coming in. It's very easy to track, just down for a second, where people are parking with kiosks, because kiosks are individually accounted for. However, if we did not use a zone system of some kind, then all we would get would be one revenue number for the entire city. And we do like to know if people are parking around City Hall, State Street, Lower State Street, or the Broadway area, or Upper Union. So we've kind of broken them out into 5 zones. So we would like the council to authorize the mayor and the law department to enter an agreement with Metroplex for the LASGO program.
Are there any questions? Mr. Toro?
Thank you. Yes, so I read through everything, and people can still pay by cash.
At the kiosk.
At the
But
kiosk,
it's
right.
coin or credit.
Coin or credit.
We do not take cash, as that would require a separate reader and some other mechanicals that we don't like. We're trying to get away from cash.
I think she means coins as cash.
Oh,
Coins
okay.
as cash. right?
Coins as cash, all right.
Yes, so just for those listening, that they're.
Sure.
Yes, the
Okay,
kiosk
people
and
don't know a QR code, a lot of people, so at least they can go to the kiosk and take care of things there.
And I know in the budget was some new kiosks to replace some of ours, and we did work with PD, and we are looking at a little bit of an upgrade, moving some around, really trying to make some of them more efficient and put them in better locations in coordination with this.
Nice.
So that would happen once approved.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I'll move this item.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Wallen, item number 2, the city council to assume role of secret lead agency for the J Street Connector.
So the J Street Connector is a DRI project that we've talked about before. Due to the size and scope of the project, it requires the city to do a full EAF and declare itself lead agency. We did that several cycles ago. After we declared that, the city sent out letters to all of the possible involved agencies, DOT, DEC, Metroplex, County Planning. We got back responses from all of them regarding no exception to city assuming lead agency. So I'd like to ask that the council officially assume lead agency for this project so that we can move forward, as this is a requirement that we have to have before we can bid it. We are looking to bid the project in mid-January.
Okay. Any questions?
I'll move this item.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 3, award the bid and contract for the Craig Main water main replacement to American Evergreen Incorporated.
So, as you're probably aware, Craig Street is getting a very large rehab come next year. That is the main project. That project, it will be going out to bid within the next, most likely 10 days, if not 5 days. That is a $13 million project, one of the largest in the city. It was agreed upon by the commissioner, city engineer, and the mayor that the idea was that we videoed all the infrastructure below. It was in good shape. We made some repairs, but the water line cannot be videotaped. Water lines are essentially pressurized systems. So it was decided to replace the existing distribution water line, and then we would also replace any found lead services, which is part of the state's mandate that if we find any, we will replace. So this is a pretty large project, but it's by value, but also by scope. We're going to be going Craig Street essentially from Strong to Albany, replacing the distribution main there. So,
So,
we did call references. This is a group that is a large commercial group that we don't have any hesitation about. We don't work a lot with them.
okay, so this wasn't initially a part of it, but after you started looking at the project, realized this is something.
This was not part of the federal aid. The federal aid won't pay for infrastructure like this, but this was something that we decided that we should do. This is actually, just to give you a little bit more information, this is actually the rebid. Ideally, we would have had this done a little earlier instead of doing that, but when we originally bid this, the top 3 bidders all did not have the necessary paperwork in the correct order, and it caused some confusion. And the best thing that we did is we all got together as a group and we said, we should just rebid the project with a very strong focus on making sure everyone, and it did work. All the 3 bidders that did submit all did have coherent packages as compared to the last time, so that did work out. But we just lost time.
And the cost of the project is accounted for?
Yes, the cost of the project is going to be out of the water fund with some support from engineering codes that have been set up.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
I move this.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Rowland.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is a reminder about amending Ordinance 161, Article 5, Section 21 of the Code of Ordinance to temporarily suspend payment for excess residential waste and bulky items. Public hearing will be on December 22nd. Item number 5 is a reminder amending Chapter 264 for the rezoning of certain parcels on Maxim Road. The lots are identified on the agenda, and they will go from commercial to which is C3 to light industrial, and the public hearing again will be on December 22nd. Item number 6 is a reminder adding the definition of better energy storage facilities to Section 264-2 of the Schenectady City Code to allow battery energy storage facilities in designated districts, and the public hearing will be on December 22nd, 2025. Item number 7 is the appointment of Daniel Flynn to the Schenectady Industrial Development Agency. Mr. Williams.
Yes, thank you. Excited to bring this individual forward. I think as we've heard of vacancies of this board for an extended period of time, I think identifying people who are interested in volunteering their time, but also volunteering the willingness to learn and be a part of these decisions throughout the city of Schenectady. And the time that I've known Dan, just trying to be considerate, he has only showed me that he cares very much, very deeply about the interests of the city, and has pointed out himself to do that work moving forward. He does it collaboratively, but excited to have this individual be considered. He's sitting directly behind me with the beautiful locks. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know.
Are there any questions? Mr. Toro?
They both have beautiful locks. Red and black. There you go. Thank you.
I'm not outside.
Pardon me?
This one.
I move this.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Item number 8, an ordinance amending Chapter 183 of Schenectady City Code. Ms. Barash.
Chapter 183 of the Schenectady Code relates to nuisance abatement.
Way back.
And the laws changed recently, and we need to update so it would be, you have a sample ordinance in front of you, sample amendment ordinance. If you look at 1B, it's now labeled 1B, or B1B. Article 221 is now Article 222 of the penal law. So we need to update that. And then also, if you look all the way at the bottom, we want to include, we want to make it clear that that under the point system, any violation of New York State law or the City Code of Schenectady gets 3 points. So these are basically some housekeeping matters to update the code so that we can continue to do some abatements without issue. So we're requesting that the council call a public hearing.
Are there any questions? So this is just a call for a public hearing to amend?
Yep.
Is that what you're asking? Okay.
So
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
So I'd like to call to order the Claims Committee. We have one item on the agenda.
We just have to close.
Oh, I'm sorry. A motion to adjourn City Development and Planning?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
So I'd like to call to order the Claims Committee. We have one item on the agenda tonight, that is the discussion of Allstate ASO during Olympics for City of Schenectady. I believe that is an item that needs to be discussed in executive session. May I have a motion? I will second it. All those in favor? Aye.
All right, members of the public will have to leave at this point.
Close.